Now, you won't at first sight think that this is true, but it is. I do love potatoes. I'm rather partial to them. All of them. Chips, boiled, mash. Any way you do potatoes, I like them. And not everybody has a big allotment or an area they can do all the time to do it all. But they've come up with a smart idea now. You can get a selection of potatoes in a grow bag. So you could grow these outside your kitchen in a bag like this. You can have wonderful potatoes, first earlies, second earlies, and so on, salad crop. You can actually grow them on, you can feed your family potatoes, and you might just get the spark to think, I really enjoy this, and it's dead easy. It's so simple. There's a few stages. The potatoes come mail order. There's 4 of these bags or thereabouts, and a selection of seed potatoes, just enough for the beginner, just enough for the people at home that want to have a go. And then what you've got to do is chit them. Now, chitting, if you've got an egg carton or something like that, all you've got to do is stand them up as they come. They're just plain, and they'll start to grow sprouts, just like that. You've probably seen them if you've left old potatoes in the garage. You've probably actually seen them start to sprout, and that's all you're doing. They just start to sprout, and then the simple thing of just planting them. Now, potatoes take no effort at all. A good multi-purpose compost, a couple of good handfuls in the bottom of these bags that they've got, and bear in mind there's 3 or 4 of them, and you've got some different seed potatoes. So a few good handfuls in the bottom is all you need. Now, that tuber there is, your potatoes are already chitted, so the sprouts are starting to go. And then what you're doing is you're just placing that on a moist compost. That's all you have to do. And they come in 5s or 6s, so just plant them around like that. It's as easy as can be. Now, just a little point. If you get your seed potato like that, and the sprouts start coming off the bottom, they can go anywhere just off the eyes of the potato. Just rub that off. All you've got to do is rub it off, because that's the way, that's up, that's the way you're planting them. Just place those in the compost, and then you put another layer on of a good couple of handfuls, so it's completely dark, it's completely covered all the potatoes. So that's completely covered now. Now, what's going to happen is you leave that perfectly still outside, it'll grow away, and you'll see them start to sprout. And as they start to sprout, you get 2, 3, 4, half a dozen leaves coming out. Then what you do is you actually cover them over completely again, so they're completely dark. So the plant thinks, what's happening? And off they go again, and they're going to create more potatoes in the compost. And they keep growing, and they keep growing, and you keep folding this back until you get to the height of the bag. And then once they're coming out of the bag and you get good foliage on, quite a good tip is if they start to flower, they're ripe. Cut the foliage off and tip the bag out, and you've got 10 pounds, 12 pounds of potatoes, certainly enough for a week, but you've grown them yourself. That's the important thing. Now, there are lots of different ways of buying the potatoes. You can buy the big packs which have 30 in, or if you're a beginner and just want to have a try and try a few different varieties, you really can't go wrong with the selection that Parkers do. I mean, salad potatoes, Charlotte, pink fir apple, that's a nice knobbly one, but Charlotte's beautiful in salads. First earlies, Red Duke of York, Accent, Swift, they're really good. And I tell you what, they'll fight any time with Jersey Royals. And you're paying £3 a pound for Jersey Royals these days. Maris Pear, Bonnie, Kestrel, second earlies are good. But main crop, King Edward's, there's a good old name. Desiree, oh, they make fantastic chips. Or Maris Piper, boiled, you can't beat them. I tell you what, the selection's really good, but you ought to try it yourself. It's so easy to do. Now, the only other thing that these potatoes need to help them along is a high potash feed. Anything like Tomerite, Fostrogen, that type of feed that has high in potash. You just water it in as you go. If we have a dry spell, keep them watered, because they're 85% water potatoes. And it's as simple as that. You've grown your own potatoes. You can have salad potatoes, first earlies, second earlies, main crop. There's so many, but just think of it. Chips, boiled. Oh, chips, Oh, mash. Oh, mashed potatoes, fantastic. They really are wonderful, wonderful.